Hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly reading for July 1st to July 7th, 2019. This is for all Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Libra, I shuffled and laid out your spread, so here's your reading. Now, Libra, the overall energy that is your theme in the week ahead is you have it's always tea time, eternity, endless moments, repetition. This is your theme in the week ahead. Interesting. What's connected to this, it's always tea time, is you have the ring. So this can be regarding a commitment, a union, a contract. This could be concerning your valuables, money. And I feel with this energy of it's always tea time, eternity, endless moments, and repetition, um, this feels like, Libra, that you may have been in an ongoing cycle um, some area of your life where you found yourself stuck in a loop, but that you are coming to a realization of this. And the first step to ending a cycle that just keeps happening, you know, keeps restarting, is first being able to recognize and be aware of it, which I feel that you are, um, with what this is concerning or who this is concerning. And because of it, this is you, I feel, looking at an escape or being able to escape that repetition, that endless cycle that has been reoccurring for you that you had not been able to get out of. But it was because you didn't know that that's what was happening, is that you weren't aware that you were continuing a pattern of a particular cycle concerning an area in your life or with someone in particular. And so this is you now having the power to change that and come up out of it. Now, you could be getting some resistance for wanting to free yourself, but don't allow the pushback of anyone that could be disgruntled or not happy with you no longer wanting to engage in an ongoing cycle or a continuous loop to a cycle you've been wanting to end and no longer be a part of, but didn't know that you kept participating in, and that you figured it out and you want out. So focus on you breaking free, okay? And not concentrating on who or what may be trying to keep you from doing that or having a problem with you wanting to do that. So this is you ushering in some sort of change. Now, at the bottom of the deck, Libra, you do have this Nine of Wands. And with this Nine of Wands, I feel that this is you being resilient. This is you looking to overcome and persevere. And underneath that Nine of Wands, you also have the Ace of Wands, looking to persevere and have some sort of new start, a new beginning, bringing into a pattern or cycle that you've been in that's been in a vicious loop, I feel, for you, Libra. But with this Nine of Wands, if you take a look, the Nine of Wands usually has just a man, looks like a soldier, a warrior, that's been, um, you know, fighting, on guard, tired, wounded, but not giving up. But in this image, you have a lion and you have a unicorn, and I feel like you're the unicorn. You're like, I'm a fucking unicorn. I don't have to do this. I was never having to put up with you, if this is a person or the situation, and you had to realize you're a unicorn. You're special, and you have the ability to change it. Or it's like you are a unicorn realizing the pattern and the cycle that you were participating in that you wanted to end and couldn't, because you needed to be able to see it first in order to change it. And you're now aware of it, and it's like you're a unicorn. You realize that this is a cycle, and you now are at a space where you can bring it to an end and free yourself. And that's what you're doing. You are breaking free, and you're persevering and overcoming the nonsense of who you may have been dealing with, that's been someone that was very aggressive and perhaps very controlling, or where definitely there was some sort of toxicity and negative energy in some sort of connection or situation or matter for you that just kept going and going and going. And now you're like, no, that's the end of that. I'm breaking free. I'm ending this cycle, and I'm having my new beginning with this Ace of Wands. So you in initiation mode, baby. Nice. You are releasing yourself. Now, your energy that is your focus, Libra, is you do have judgment, and you got this Ten of Swords. And look at this rabbit with that horn coming full force at this Ten of Swords. So I feel like this is you making a decision. This is you making a very important decision, a game changer decision here, where you're bringing it into some problems and complications that you may have been dealing with for quite some time, that's caused you a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of nonsense, a lot of, unnecessary mental anguish and issues. And this is you making that decision to liberate yourself, to rise to the call, getting that realization, having that new perception, and no longer allowing for delays, moving on from any regret or possible remorse you may have been experiencing. And now you are ready for some results, and your decision is final. You have an awakening to some sort of toxic cycle that you have been participating in, that you've been wanting to stop but couldn't stop. Look at this Ten of Swords. This is what it put you through. A lot of mental anguish, a lot of bullshit. And you now realize your part in it, and that is a cycle. And guess what? Here you are liberating yourself. You are rising to the call. You are creating a second chance for yourself. You are going to create a renewal for yourself, and bringing it into the old, or some sort of situation that caused you a lot of mental anguish and pain and hurt, and it was very difficult and complicated and toxic. So good for you. And the reason why, Libra, the reason why is you got this Two of Wands and the Four of Swords. This is you making a decision with that Two of Wands. This is you with your plan, making a decision, making a choice. And this is after you have taken the time to take a step back, to contemplate, to meditate, and realize that you are engaging in some sort of cycle. This could be someone that you have been dealing with, where there has just been, it's just been a Ten of Swords for you. It's just been a Ten of Swords, endless moments of repetition, and feeling like an eternity of you putting up with this pain and not being able to figure out how to bring it to an end. But that's over now. That is over now, Libra. Look at you. Enlightened. And so with this energy, this is you making a decision. And I feel this is you. See, this person got their arms folded. Everybody's sitting at the table, and these two are like, oh, you don't wanna play? You're not gonna play? And you're like, hell no. I'm done. This is not the game for me. It never was. I was trying to figure out how to get out of this game. I now realize the way to get out of this is don't play. I'm not going to play these games. I'm not going to engage you. I'm not going to restart this cycle. I'm ending it. I'm done. It's been toxic. It's been crazy. It's been hell. I've been trying to figure it out. You know, you started from the bottom, now you're here. You figured it out. And you are releasing yourself. You are making that decision. And this is the decision is you are not going to participate anymore. Look at this. This person has got their arms folded. They're done. And take a look at all this red. This is you being grounded in your passion, in your decision. This is you feeling secure. This is you surviving, overcoming. This is you being in a safe space with yourself and what you're dealing with because you're confident. You now understand what this is, what this was, with who you're dealing with, or whatever the situation is pertaining to for you. And this is you operating in your power and rendering this pattern powerless and over. And with this Four of Swords, you had to meditate on that. You had to take a step back, maybe 4 times, maybe for 4 years, for 4 weeks, for 4 months, maybe 4 days. But you're coming out of this cycle. I gotta say, it feels a whole lot longer than some 4 days. It's more like maybe 4 months, 4 years. Yeah, that's right. And so, what's coming towards you, this your challenge here, Libra, and as a warning to you, is you do have the Six of Cups and the Emperor. So I feel like this is pertaining to someone from the past. This could be something from the past. This could be pertaining to a family member, but someone you have a connection with, someone perhaps you may have children with, or it is regarding children, or children could be involved here for you, Libra. And this is you no longer being unhappy because this person, is occupying her time reading this book. She has a child there. And this is you finding your own contentment. This is you reconciling. You may be at a space where you're finally letting go of the past. You may not have been able to let go of the past, or a particular relationship that may be over or just has been very toxic in your dealings with. And you just keep replaying what happened, replaying your pain, replaying the things that have occurred between you and another, or in a situation you have been involved in, and you weren't able to move on from it. But this is you needing to be mindful that if this shows up, and it will, that you are now understanding the toxicity here, the destructive patterns here, the issues here that was existing in your part and role in it, and you're not going to deal with it. You're not going to engage it. You are making peace with it and you're letting it go. So the warning here is that if someone from the past is coming in, or this is regarding something from the past, this is about you making peace with moving on and letting it go and releasing it. This is you not allowing yourself to get stuck and put back in the vicious cycle of whatever this is or whoever this is, where you have found yourself dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of problems and complications and mental anguish. This is the time for you to make a decision that allows you to bring it to an end, and you ending that repetition and that endless ongoing cycle of bullshit. And so with the Emperor here, this could be who this is pertaining to, someone embodying this energy of the Emperor. Someone who's a male figure, could be father of your children, or this could be your father, but someone embodying this energy where they have an air of authoritativeness. There's somebody who, could be controlling, could be rather strict, likes to have things their way. and manipulate the situation and dominate. They could be very focused on their own personal ambitions. But this also is about you no longer being obsessed with this person or obsessed with the situation, because she's not looking at him. And in your doing that, this is you being able to also embody the energy of the emperor, but in the high vibration of you taking responsibility, of you taking authority to protect yourself, to create stability for yourself, create boundaries and rules, and be strict about it, where you are not allowing yourself to be crossed, and you're not going to cross yourself anymore in this, and you are walking away, or you're ignoring this person, but what you are doing is releasing it, and you have other things that's of your focus now. I feel this is you healing. This is you healing and being mindful to stay on track in doing that. And so for some of you, this could be to do with someone in authority, where you could possibly have some sort of obligation, I'm hearing, and or you've been made to feel obligated in some way, and it's just been an ongoing cycle of you being controlled, but that you are realizing that no more. You are understanding your part in that part of the other person, or regarding the situation, and you making a judgment call on this, and you saying, I'm ending it, I'm done. You are no longer going to be ruined by this, or and you're not going to allow it to be resurrected if it's ended already. And so how you handle what's coming towards you is, you do have this 3 of Wands with the 8 of Cups. And if you take a look, this rabbit is holding that watch, because he's looking at it like, yeah, it's time. It's time. And so with these energies of how you respond to someone from the past, a situation or a predicament that you had trouble releasing, or you just found yourself holding on to, this is you now implementing a new action. And that new action is you moving on. You are moving on with this 8 of Cups energy. You are getting, look at the rainbow around her. This is you raising your vibration, raising your understanding. And this is you realizing that you are in control of your ability to come out of this unfulfillment, and that you being here unfulfilled, you in part contributed to being in this emotional space. And now you figured that out, and you're leaving. You are like the door. Libra. Nice. Loving it. So you're moving on and putting it to rest, putting this behind you once and for all. It's like it's trying to rear itself up to you, and you're like, I'm done. I'm healed. I'm releasing it. I don't need to hold on to this, and you're not going to hold me up either. So your outcome here is you do have this Page of Swords and the King of Cups. So with this Page of Swords energy, I feel that this is you perhaps receiving communication, but you are definitely giving communication, where you're coming from a protective space, and you are guarding yourself against, look at that monster, look at that toxicity, look at all that negativity of that spider trying to come at this young person here. And they got this sword and they ready to strike. So this is you having this new consideration where you're taking responsibility with this King of Cups energy and being accountable, where you now have matured and grown to a space where you've healed and you were able to achieve emotional balance, emotional maturity from a situation that was difficult and that was hard and that was harsh. You may have been mistreated, or you may have found yourself in a situation where things ended and you didn't have the answers, or you didn't have the closure, or whatever it was, or whatever this is for you. You're done. You're releasing yourself. You're letting it go. You're letting the past be the past. And you want it to stay there. And it's trying to come back, but you're not going to let it. And so with this Page of Swords here, you know, this is you perhaps even growing intuitively. But this is you communicating and protecting yourself and cutting away what no longer serves you by communicating in a way that is true, even if it hurts, but it's true, and you are keeping to that truth. Now, even with this Page of Swords, I feel like you don't want to have to do it. They got the sword, this person has the sword pulled back. Now they're prepared to use it, but you know, even though the spider is coming at this page all vicious like, look at this, holding the position. It's like, don't make me have to come at you, don't make me have to cut you, don't make me have to do it. But you know what? I will. If I want to, I will. And that's you. You are cutting this out. You're saying no more to a King of Cups energy, or someone embodying this King of Cups energy. Now, this is somebody that, look at this, King of Cups. He may not be exactly male or female. He may not exactly be wound too tight. This is someone who, this is feeling like some narcissism. Somebody that was nasty, wanted things their way, was very controlling. This is somebody that perhaps didn't show you um, the care and compassion and love that you deserved, or consideration towards you. This should have happened. And look at this person. This person don't have it together. So perhaps they can't, or they're not able to. I feel like they're unable to because there's some immaturity here for them. And they got a lot going on. This person may be coming to you because they got a lot going on all of a sudden, or they realize now that you're their heart. You were the one. Man, bye. You should have known that when they were with you, right, Libra? And so this is you not listening to that. This is you not putting up with that. This is you not letting you are closing the door on this cycle, on this chapter, on this situation, on this relationship, on this toxicity, and you are moving on, and you are protecting that freedom that you are looking to have, and you are getting resistance in some way, but resistance that you are not going to let block you from you tasting and having freedom. And so I also feel too that this is about you changing things up or shaking things up. And as a result, somebody is uncomfortable, or this is you after consideration and realizing that there are things that need to be done and taken care of to be reconciled and solved. This is you managing that and implementing actions in order for things to work out and come together, so you can move on from any complications or avoid any ruin and bring it to rest by you planning and perhaps receiving assistance with this Three of Wands, because this can involve a three-party situation. And you, because it's time to make changes. You may have been doing a lot of the one that's always taking care of everything with this nine of wands, where it's been rough for you, even though you were resilient and you were able to persevere and overcome. Enough is enough now. It's time for something new to happen with this Ace of Wands and to release yourself. And so you may be making some changes to how things have been done, or how things were, or how someone or others have been used to, and you saying no, 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 we're going to change this commitment, we're going to change this contract, we're going to change this union, we're going to change this exchange. And you're communicating that, and you know what, you're right, even if they don't like it, but you are cutting out what doesn't serve you so that you can have your emotional peace and balance that you have grown and matured to achieving. And that's valuable and worth protecting. So, Libra, let's take a look at what your guidance is. You have two cards. You have serenity, compassion, acceptance, and contentment. Nice. This is your guidance. So, this is about you being able to accept what is, or realizing what you need to accept so that you can move on. This is you focusing on and doing what brings you comfort. This is you showing yourself compassion where you may not have done so. This is you looking at what things you need to do to have serenity, that are things you may either need to accept in order to move on, or where you may be able to change it and have that peace that you have a right to, with who you're dealing with, or what is going on in your circumstances and situation. And so this takes me to the serenity prayer, where, how does it go? Oh, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And that's where you are. You now know the difference. You realize that there's someone you can't change, or a situation you can't change, or whatever happened you can't change, and holding on to it, or wanting closure, or whatever it is that kept you hanging on to the past, or finding you where you were experiencing all these mental anguish and problems, that you felt betrayed, ruined, stabbed in the back, okay, mistreated. You're letting that shit go. You're letting it go. And whatever situations that you find yourself dealing with where there are possible issues or problems, you're figuring out, listen, I'm going to do what I can do, and what I cannot do, you're just releasing it. You're releasing it. And so your other guidance here, Libra, is you do have the Goddess Green Tarot. Start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. So you are now realizing you don't have to do it all. I feel like this is you co-creating with the universe, but definitely starting to co-create in your world by making changes and doing things different, and no longer letting things be the way it was, and being spontaneous about it. And so as a result, you're shaking things up, but you also bringing it into some sort of repetitive cycle that you have found yourself continuously in a endless loop for. So I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.